When the day begins, your thoughts are of the best intentions. How can you make this day the best it can be? You wonder, what will this day bring? Your family awaits you in the distance, coaxing you to run to them and join them in some early morning shenanigans. This is what families do. Off to the fields to dream of being an airplane pilot or an astronaut. Whatever you want to be, it's your imagination, and it can take you anywhere. Run to the lake to join everyone in a game of tag or hide and seek. Celebrate your victories, dancing around foolishly in celebration antics. Chase down your family at the beach, fling kites. Feeling the ocean's breeze hit your face. Being a child is an amazing experience.
There are many children who have had this experience taken away from them by CPS. They will never feel the attachment to family the way they should. They are being robbed of life's precious experiences, and people are alone.
As the sun sets slowly, and so many are anticipating the new day with their family, there are so many others laying there wishing that they could be with their own families. This torture needs to be stopped. These children will wake up alone and fight the world by themselves instead of surrounded by the family God gave them. We must abolish CPS and stop neglecting children who once enjoyed living with a family of their own. Studies show we are destroying these children, not helping.
They are taking our kids every day. I try them in and no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather fly together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. Give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are old Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my gosh. Stuck on here. Sorry about that. Jesus almighty. This is why we can't stay in the hospital. Good Lord.
Well, we're glad you're home.
My gosh, me too.
How you feeling?
Oh, like shit, but we'll do all right. You know, we'll be fine. I'm not dead, so that's good. Upright, taking nourishment. So we got that going for me. Made it right on the show tonight. Forgot about the crackling of the tunes there. But overall, that video is not too bad.
It's fine.
It's just fine, Darren. It's not, you see, that's real nice, Tiff. You're not like, Darren, that's amazing. You're like, it's fine. It's just fine, Darren. Don't play that son of a bitch anymore, Darren. This is fine.
Well, I'm glad you're home, and I'm glad you're better.
Yes. I mean, I don't know about better, but I'm home, so that's good. We got a bunch of people out here looking for you, Tiff. Want a little Tiff? Hello.
I got it.
All right. How's the little man doing tonight? Little man's?
Well, the little one's fine. The older one got sent home today with the fever.
Yep. Jesus almighty. It's just a running bug over there, huh? Be a round robin.
So if he's not better, we're going heading back to the doctor tomorrow.
Oh, no. Goodness sakes. That's terrible. That's too bad. Yeah, he's got a fever. Yeah, he's got a fever. Hey, guys, we got the chat over here, as you all know. Let's put that up there so everybody can see it. Boom. Right there. We had some problems last night. Doesn't look like we're having problems tonight, though. Seems like everything's looking good here. I think. Yep. It's for good. All right, so that's all up and running fine. So that's cool. Got that going on. Let's see. You know, since Trump has made the office here, we got the Make Parenting Great Again hats. That helps support our show. So if everybody wants to check in on that stuff, they can certainly click that QR code. Even though it's over my head here. There, I'm over here. I'm right here. Yeah, check on that QR code right there. And buy a Make Parenting Great Again hat to help us support this program right here. So what's up, everybody? Anybody got some questions that they have tonight? Oh, and this one too. I love this one here. Right there. Let them know that they're being recorded. These are these big wall signs that I made that say you've been what the hell do they say? You have been warned. You are being recorded. And it's got my logos and things on it and stuff. But they're big posters. That way, when you guys come to your house, you're like, I'm recording you. So that's that. But you check those out. Click that QR code there, and it will go right to your detail. All kinds of good stuff. Christmas is coming, so get them for your families and loved ones and all of that stuff. And
your
my
book.
And my book, which I'll put the link up. We should have the link up there all the time. So, yeah. All right, everybody, let's go. Let's hear some good questions for Tiff and I. Let's get some good questions on here. I'm tired of just sitting here body down about nothing. Let's hear some good questions that you guys have that we can answer. Christ's sakes, I was almost dead the other day, so let's make this worth it. We're playing around. It's a real deal now. No whammies. Let's go. I didn't see nothing. No questions. No goddamn questions. No fucking questions, huh? Well, anyway, how about you, Tiff? How are you?
I think I'm getting whatever these little munchkins have.
Oh, man. Hope not.
Wow.
It's tough
I
when
took
you're old.
medicine.
Hey, something's spinning over there. Is someone trying to come in? Spinning? We getting the spinning? No, that was the song. I thought I'm ready to get spinning.
Is it spanning?
Hey, Spanny didn't spin through. No Spanny. I get some of your what's Scary want from me? You know what's crazy is I love the fact that this is how everybody gets a hold of me is on the show. No one can get a hold of me during the day. They come through and get up on the chats to get in touch with me.
Well, I call you during the day.
Yes, and I answer. I do answer.
Or you call me right back.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I feel like that's a power thing. I feel like if you don't answer, sometimes I'm like, all right, if I answer this, that means I'm on her terms. If I call her right back, then that means that the court's on my terms. And then, that's it. That's how we gotta operate sometimes, especially if I get nervous. I mean, you nervous the shit out of me sometimes. So you're the only person I know the phone rings. I'm like, I don't even know why. I don't even do anything wrong. So, yeah, I sure can, Carrie. Absolutely. I'll put it in the bag for you. Send it right over. This is just a facade. Believe me. Yeah, so you really are. When you call, you're like, like you running for the phone, all that stuff is crazy. What's going on with the Trump administration? Anything?
Not right now.
Yeah, no.
He still has like 12 people to pick. And everybody's in an uproar about his picks. I guess they see it coming down the pipeline, like everybody should be seeing the shit coming down the pipeline.
Yeah. I'd imagine. I mean, that's got to be tough, It's got to be tough being that guy,
Well, my thing is it should have been done a long time ago, and maybe half the shit that's going on wouldn't be going on, especially with child support, CPS, and these courts.
Right. Why do you think no one's winning in these courts, Tiff?
Well, the first reason nobody's winning in these courts is because these judges are putting intimidation and fear in these people. And unless you really have a backbone and you're willing to go to jail and stand up to these people and stand on your rights, you're not going to win.
Yeah, that's true. I dig on that one. I find that to be, valuable. I find that to be a good thing. What if I were to tell you that because they're not going to let us, right? They're not going to let us they're not going to let us walk out of that courtroom with any sort of anything that's going to take away from their vision or the image that they're trying to portray, right? We all know that this isn't a legal court system, correct? Like this is a kangaroo court, you call it, right?
Yep.
So, and we know that we try to fight with the Constitution in there, and they don't allow us to do it, right?
Well, they don't allow some people not to do it because they don't tell me that shit.
Right. I mean, you're probably one of the only people in the world that are coming out of those courtrooms with a child. But I think you scare the shit out of them, to be perfectly honest. I feel like that's almost borderline, what do they call that when you tamper with a witness type deal? I feel like judges are scared to live in that same state as you. That's what I really feel like. So I feel like that's why you win.
Maybe.
Right. And whatever it takes to get the kids home, that who gives a shit, right? Like who cares? But I want to urge everybody to look into the void ab initio thing. I really do. I want the more research I did while I was in the hospital, the more I was looking at it. I've been looking at this for years. The void ab initio. I'm telling you right now, that's it. That's going to be it for all of us. Our saving grace to get our kids home. It does apply to most and all government contracts. I learned that this weekend, which was a big thing for me too, because I wanted to know how it went, how it was looked to be applied to all of that. It does not have to be adjudicated. It is. I really do think that people, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm not giving anybody any advice. What I am telling you is, I think that's our ticket home, and I think that we all need to start putting it into play. I put together that packet that you guys can email us, and will send you what I have for the templates and everything that I've created. But I'm willing to put a lot on the line here and say that that's going to let us get some kids home, especially those of you that are in this at the starting phase. If you guys are in this at the first, like the 6 months to a year area, if you guys are in it at that point, you definitely want to get into the ab initio thing. Don't let them try to tell you no, it's voidable order and all of these other things. It's not. This is a void ab initio. That's what it is. It's not void order. It's not voidable order. It's not this, that, the other. They're trying to change us all around. It's a void ab initio. Look into it for yourselves. Email me at the cpsvhuntingjustice@gmail. And if you guys want this stuff, I'll send you this information. But I really think, Tiff, that I only have a couple more days till I can go to phase 2 on the thing. So I'll be ahead of everybody anyway. But I really do. I think that this is it, and I think that I even found the proof that this is it over the weekend, and looking up the Reuters and the Westlaw stuff, that found that any government contract can be deemed void ab initio. So, I mean, if that's the case, and then I think the other thing is that we need to pay attention to is that caseworker that came on the show the other day. They talked about a document that is a national standard that they look at to when they assess that you are to be, I don't know, what do they call it, substantiated in every state? What do they call it? Like when they find you guilty of being abuse and neglect.
No.
Or what do they call it? Different things in different states, right?
Yeah, here it's founded or unfounded.
Right. Okay. So in Maine, you're either substantiated, not substantiated, unfounded, like the whole thing. But anyway, they have that list. Man, I can't remember the name of it. I just had it out of my mouth, and my mouth went dry. It was like the MBD or something. I'll look it up in a second for you guys, and I'll pull it out. We need to start looking at that, because I learned also that if we can get that list and prove that we are not we weren't found guilty by any sort of a standard. Whether the amount of evidence that they had was hearsay or not, it doesn't matter. They were supposed to go by this set of standards. And if your reasonings is not on this list of standards, then they illegally went and founded you or unfounded you or substantiated you or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They did it to you. It was wrong. And you have a good chance for a reversal. And in that case, that helps you avoid ab initio also. So these are two pieces of items, two pieces of things here that are very important that I think that everybody needs to look into. Um, and by that I mean email us and we'll get you the stuff. Carrie, hear that? So get ready for the floodgates. We're going to bring some kids home because this is freaking holidays, people. And we need to get some goddamn kids home for some people. That's what I know, you know? That's just the way things need to be. I'm tired of this. I don't want. There's too many people out there suffering and depressed and everything else. And imagine if it is. Imagine. Just say it's as simple as this. You know how many people will be happy this holiday season? You know, to get their kid home. Oh man, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I really hope that I'm right in this. I mean, I gotta be. I've been laying on this for 2 years. 2 years I've been laying on this stuff, and it's time to pull the trigger. You know, it really is. It's time to, because I'm looking around and nobody else is winning. There's nobody bringing kids home. Like, this is not happening. No one's, they're not letting anybody win. It's not fair. You know, like nobody's winning. You know, like they don't even give you a chance. You know, they're just beating the shit out of everybody until they either kill themselves or, you know, like just drop off the face of the earth. You know, like they're doing exactly what they want to do to make people just be obsolete, you know. And I firmly believe too that this is part of that whole new world order, you know, slow the society down with reproduction and all of that stuff. I mean, it's all a part of this stuff. But there's just no way that, you know, people are beating murders every day in this country, for Christ's sakes, murders with hardcore evidence, you know, because they're using evidentiary rules against them and stuff. So how is it that the CPS cases, nobody's winning? Like they're just getting, I look at the state of Maine, the Supreme Court thing for their appeals. It's like affirmed. You know, like there's nobody winning, not one freaking person. And there's got to, you can't, they can't be that solid on their side that nobody ever, they don't even come up with an error. There's no lack of due process. All of us can sit here and count on two hands the amount of due process errors are on every one of these cases. So how is this not getting people's, you know what I mean? Like, so we've got to find a way to shitbag them, and I think this is it. My opinion.
When I go through the ones in Virginia, I swear to God, 90% of the children's parents whose rights have been terminated, they say no error, right? But the Virginia Supreme Court says they did not stand on their constitutional rights. You can't wait till the middle of your trial to be like, wait a minute, I have rights. You have to start from the minute that bitch shows up at your door. You need to tell them that you have constitutional rights. My daughter's paperwork says Miss Wise was screaming constitutional rights, civil rights, human rights. So they knew what the hell I was talking about. It's all in her paperwork.
Mm-hmm. So are you saying that they won't? So if you don't physically say to them that you want to practice your constitutional rights, are you saying that they won't allow you to have them? Or is it more difficult
if you don't use them, you lose them.
Okay.
Not only that, you can't wait to get to court to say everybody's violating mine and my child's rights, okay? Or you wait until you're in your third or fourth hearing, and now all of a sudden you want to bring them up because I believe the legal term is latches, right? Where you can't go back.
Right.
I mean, it has to be. Well, you saw me tell that bitch how many rights my daughter has, and if I needed to go on, right? Because I inserted them at the hospital, here, with the police department, with my own lawyer, with my daughter's lawyer, and in the courthouse. Absolutely not this one. No, you're not.
Right. So we can't make the assumption that we have the constitutional rights. So people can't make that assumption that they're going to be there for them. They need to make sure that they stand for them, is what you're saying.
The minute they show up and they want to question you, all you have to say is, I have constitutional rights. I'm invoking my constitutional rights and my child's, because some states are different. Some states are 17. Most states are 18 when kids are adults.
Right.
You as the parent, you hold your child's constitutional rights, because they cannot legally enter into a contract.
Right.
So you, like I told them, my daughter, I'm invoking her rights. She's got the 4th Amendment, the 5th Amendment to shut up, the 14th Amendment. And I want her to know, do I need to go on? Because I can continue the 14th, the 1st Amendment. I mean, I could have just went on, but she didn't want to hear no more. But she heard me tell her that I was inserting and invoking her rights.
Right.
I even told the police officers they all needed a lesson in the Constitution.
Mm-hmm. No, you did. You told them everything they needed to hear. That's for damn sure.
I sure in the fuck did.
Yeah, and rightfully so, because if they're going to take those things away from you, then it needs to be. I mean, I guess the bottom line here is we got to start getting a little bit more loud and proud, you know? No, I don't know. Do you know who Ted Visner is? I do not know who Ted Visner is either. Apparently, we need to watch it. TFI is doing a play therapist and not happy because of what TFI is not doing, so everybody's unhappy. Well, Debbie, it's either a good thing that they're all unhappy because you pissed everybody off, or it's a bad thing that they're not doing what they're supposed to. But I'm thinking that everybody's pissed off because you pissed them off, so that's perfect. Right where you got them. But the Constitution, then we need to start making sure that we promote to people to make sure this is like one of those things that's being said. Maybe even have a card that we make or something that we have that people immediately whip that card out and they're like, look, I'm putting some Constitution up your ass, you know, something that way that we can make sure that people, you know, along with other things, that they know that they mean business and that they're looking up their rights and following their rights under the constitutional, because I know that some courts you have to even like bring it into court as a constitutional argument and others an argument and all of this. So I understand there's that stuff too. But from day one, we make sure we remind people to constantly constitution them the hell out of them, right? Like that's kind of like where this kind of leads us to, is make sure that they know.
The easiest way is to post it on your front door. Your 1st, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 14th Amendments, but don't put it in adult terms. Put it in kiddie terms, because these people act like they don't understand English.
Yep.
And when you go to court, we can't take phones in our courtroom, and my Constitution is in my phone, and I got books everywhere. Go to Books A Million. They're like, or actually go on Amazon. They're like $1.99. And buy a bunch of them. Take it to court. Let the judge see you lay it right on the table. And highlight them. Even mark the pages if you have to of where your rights are.
Right. That way that these people know you mean business. It does mean a lot when you do stuff like that. When you put that stuff in the courtroom, that will make everybody second guess what the hell's going on and what you're planning on doing. It's a tense atmosphere, you know, a tense environment. And what do you guys think would be helpful to give parents? Carrie says we're creating just that. What do you guys think would be helpful to give parents? Punch in the face.
I got to see what she's got first. Let's see what you've got first, and then we can go from there. Because there's a lot of information that I have. I mean, I print everything. I have to. I'm blind as a bat.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see what you got.
Maybe we should get some bumper stickers made, Tiff. Says we fly with the Constitution or some shit like that, or you know, my other car is the Constitution or something like that. You know.
I got pulled over one night. I think I told you this. White chick, 2 black dudes in the car. Snow. I didn't know. My tag lights were
That's
out.
just for the gang up here in Maine.
Oh, okay. But anyway, he after he ran everybody's name, now he wants to search my car. I said, no. Do you have a warrant? He said, oh, well, all you have to do is consent. I swear to God, this is what I said. You're not searching my car. Oh, and by the way, my dad is a retired police officer. You have a good night, Miss Wise. Yeah, but
Right.
I have my Constitution.
Right. Let them see it, right?
Yeah.
Let them know you have that shit.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's is helping or hurting these people that you're seeing out there, these constitutional watch people that are out there that are, you know, that they're getting in these cops' faces and they're like, well, you know what I'm talking about, like these, they call them the auditors or whatever. Do you think that that's helping or hurting things?
Okay. So I love watching them. Okay. I love Audit the Audit. That's my favorite YouTube show.
Right.
But what I don't like, I never, ever, ever engage the police. Okay. No. Not if I'm out. No. If they're on my property, we got a problem. But that's the only thing I don't like about it, is that they pretty much start the argument because they already know that these officers do not know shit.
Right.
But I personally would never engage an officer unless he's on my property, and then we got a problem.
Do you do you think that police departments are now starting to catch on to the fact that they don't know shit and that they're doing constitutional classroom stuff? That would be a question for Herbert. I wish Herbert was around right now.
Well, actually, my dad told me that every police officer, when they become a police officer, takes the oath to uphold the Constitution.
Right. That's what the judges included, judges, district attorneys, any person that holds an office swears to uphold the Constitution of the United States.
And fortunately for me, my dad, once a cop, always a cop. That is very true till the day he dies. Believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad is a very constitutional police officer. If he knows that somebody's constitutional rights are being violated, he will step up. So I believe judges, lawyers, police officers, and anybody that holds an office needs to understand the oath that they're taking and have reoccurring education.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know I'm excited for us to get our thing going, to teach everybody about the Constitution and how to invoke their rights and to do all of that stuff and to just let them know what their rights are. I think that's a huge thing. No one even knows what their rights are. I mean,
99%. I just watched this thing the other day. 99% of the United citizens do not know or understand what their rights are.
you know who understands their rights more than us?
Oh.
The people that don't have their citizenship yet in the United States, and then they go to get it because they forced them to go through classes to learn the Constitution of the United States. So it's kind of funny when I listen to everybody go shit on all the immigrants and they're getting this and they're getting that. But you know what those immigrants know? They know their rights. And that's why they get what they get, people. So before you go shitting on the immigrants because they get this and they get that and you don't have it, blah, 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 why don't you take one from their book and go learn the goddamn Constitution? And then maybe you'll be as good as them. And that's all I got to say.
And that's true. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but Will Smith did the 14th Amendment.
Oh, hell with Will Smith. Do you know how much they are into this child trafficking stuff, data? And,
yeah.
Oh, my.
Get it. But because it was the Constitution, I had to watch it.
All right. Sorry.
Me and my sister went back and forth over this. The 14th Amendment even protects immigrants. The minute their feet touch American soil, the 14th Amendment due process clause protects them. She tried to tell me that it did not. Her and I argued about this until she watched the 14th Amendment by Will Smith. And then she called me and she's like, you were right. Of course I'm right.
This is a movie?
This was a couple years ago. It's like I watched it's 8 episodes. I can tell you it's 8 episodes,
wow.
and it's all on the 14th Amendment.
What is it? Is it like a documentary? Is it a movie, a TV show? What?
It's a documentary called The 14th Amendment on Netflix. You might be able to YouTube it now.
No man, I'm gonna look right now. Yeah.
That's why they try to get them. If they're in the ocean, they turn them around. Yes, Carrie, chili is my favorite. Actually, I was going to make it tonight, but I'm not feeling too good. That's why they turn them around. They try to keep them from getting on our beaches. They try to get them from... Once their feet hit American soil, the 14th Amendment protects them.
Oh, snap.
What?
I see that.
Did you find it?
I think. I don't know.
Is silent on the subject of citizenship. It doesn't have any statement of who is a citizen or who isn't.
In that space of this undefined term citizen, racism was allowed to flourish.
At the heart of the 14th Amendment is the definition of citizens in America. It is through this definition that all the rights we cherish are granted and defended. Racial equality,
marriage equality,
women's equal citizenship, the right to have rights.
And under the law, everyone in America gets equal protection.
Was made for you and me.
Fellow Americans, this is a problem which faces us all.
Who is America?
We talk
That's
about
it.
equality a lot in America. We talk about justice. The 14th Amendment was intended to make that vision real.
The right to participate, the right to vote, the right to call on the government, and also to get protections against the government.
The 14th Amendment is a promise of equality for all.
No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities
of the citizens of the United States.
It says we are all deserving of empathy and dignity.
I'm scared, but I'm gonna stay. 'Cause I'm tired of running.
Nor shall any state deprive any person of life,
Liberty or property.
Nor deny any person within its jurisdiction
the equal protection of the law.
I'm just gonna wait through.
The founders wrote life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They made that promise.
This fight is for a more perfect union.
When the second founders wrote the 14th Amendment, they put the word equal into the Constitution, another promise.
Words have power. Words can change the world. This is why we're here. To tell America's story. The story of the 14th Amendment.
I'm gonna be saved.
Dang, that was good.
Well, it's on Netflix.
And it's all here too. So that's cool. So yeah, you can check it out on YouTube. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Anything having to do with the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, or Declaration of Independence, I'm on it.
Oh, Spanny's out. Spanny's in the chat.
Yeah, she didn't know there was one tonight. I just texted her and told her to come on.
All right, she got the thing. She know how to come in. Ask her some 14th Amendment stuff. Man, so that's good. That's good. I'm anxious to check that out now.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Me and my husband watched it all day.
Mm-hmm. That's
Pop
nice.
some popcorn, drink whatever you want to drink.
Drink whatever you want to drink. Whatever your 14th Amendment right guarantees you.
And
Oh,
anytime you're on YouTube, this is for anybody. Just type in the First Amendment, explain the Second Amendment, third. It's all over YouTube. Oh my God, that's so much shit in my YouTube subscriptions. It's not even funny.
man. Let's see.
So yeah, when we do our webinars, yeah, we will be teaching you what your rights are, how to use your rights, and hopefully some of my energy can rub off on you guys so you can walk in that courtroom and that judge say something sideways to you. Be like, no, you will not violate my constitutional rights and take my free will and my liberty. No, you won't.
You know, when I check this out, when I went to court, I pled the fifth, right, for my because I had not gone to my criminal case yet, and then, you know, if I didn't want to answer any questions because, you know, in that court you could use it against you. You know, whatever comes up in that court can be used in your court, you know, your court cases for your criminal case. So I pled. There was 137 questions that they asked me, which pertained to the crime that I was alleged to have commit, and I pled the fifth on every one of them. You know that they found me guilty on every count of those charges? She used her adverse inference to find me guilty. Then they used it against me that I used my Fifth Amendment to find me additionally guilty, and threw me to the curb to TPR me.
That was illegal because the maximum of law clearly states you can never be put in jail for inserting your constitutional rights.
Well, they didn't put me in jail. They took my kid. So
right, but they cannot use the fact that you use the Fifth Amendment to not self-incriminate. They cannot use that against you. You are inserting one of your constitutional rights.
Yeah, no, I know.
So they retaliated.
Yep, and that was the basis of them getting the TPR on me.
That is so wrong.
And then 2 weeks later, state of Maine dismissed every charge on me. So,
You've been eating chocolate?
Yes, I've been eating chocolate.
It's all over him. Say hi. Now don't you touch.
Yeah.
What? What? What?
Oh, it wasn't me. All right, good. Oh, check this. Well, that's old. I don't want to play that one.
Go take him to Papa. Go take him to Papa. Tell Papa to open for you. And he just found more chocolate in here.
He got a nose for the chocolate. You like that stuff. It's a little kid. He knows what's up. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows where Yaya got all the candy. Let's see here. What's this one here? Boom, yeah. Check this thing out. Check this out. This is older, but I want everybody just to see this. No statement yet.
And tonight, a new lawsuit filed against Florida's foster care system accuses state agencies of fabricating evidence, falsifying records, and secretly collaborating so people connected to the system could take children for themselves, even when the child's biological relatives want custody. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Ryan.
And I'm Jameson Euler. Welcome to ABC Action News at 6. Only I-Team investigator Katie LaGrone is breaking these new accusations and speaking to families behind this lawsuit who say the system is not only broken but corrupt and using its power and influence to break families apart.
With a village of family members surrounding them.
I'm sorry. It's okay. It's so much.
Tanai and Rodney Williams are for the first time publicly sharing what they describe no loving parent should ever have to.
They called us abusers and they just took us from us.
Detailing first in a lawsuit and now to us why they say the system created to protect families not only failed them,
I got you talking, Tom,
but distorted the truth to steal their daughter away.
I don't know anything about her, what her favorite color is, her favorite show on TV. I don't know anything.
The Williams are among 4 Florida families now suing the governor and leaders of Florida's Department of Children and Families and other state foster care organizations, accusing the organizations of fabricating evidence, hiding and withholding key information, and ignoring state and federal family laws so they could snatch children from their biological families and then adopt them out to system-connected strangers seeking children of their own.
It's been 4 years and 3 months.
For the Williams, it started in 2017 when their then 12-week-old daughter showed signs of leg pain. Mom took her to the ER. According to court records, x-rays revealed a fractured femur and other fractures in various stages of healing. Despite the baby's traumatic birth, which included a broken clavicle and bruising documented by her pediatrician, a nurse suspected abuse. Mom and Dad were investigated by police. Case closed, no criminal charges, according to the 106-page complaint filed Wednesday in a federal district court in Tallahassee. Still, the suit says DCF removed the baby and her brother from the home. These young parents eventually stripped of their parental rights.
It broke us, it changed us. It's just like it's always going to be a part of us missing until she comes home, honestly.
It ruined my life.
While the couple denies they abuse their children and are fighting to get their parental rights restored, their relatives say the system also broke them by depriving the family of their rights to take custody of the baby, bypassing state and federal laws that require foster care systems seek out relatives before placing children with non-relative strangers.
Ready, willing, and able.
We passed all the home studies. I mean, they dug in our background. I'm talking about, I've been in the military. And the background checks that we went through was just as bad.
Yet these grandparents say they were ultimately disqualified from adopting their granddaughter.
They came up with so many different excuses.
I am retired military, worked for the city of New York, college degree. There was nothing wrong with me having my granddaughter.
This biological grandmother says at one point caseworkers falsely claimed she abused her own son years earlier and was even listed on the abuse registry as a child abuser.
He was 18 years old at the time.
All lies, she says.
I felt like it was a conspiracy.
And part of a bigger intent described in this lawsuit as unlawful internal diversion to let operators of the system essentially have their choice of children placed into the state's custody.
Why would they do it?
Lee Crutch is the baby's biological great aunt.
Because they've been doing it for so long, and they never expected to get caught.
In the Williams case, their daughter was fostered out to this family, the father a board member at the time for the same contracted foster agency that fought to terminate the parents' rights.
Felt like it was a setup.
I can't even describe the pain that we experienced as a family.
Judy Miller says it happened to her family too, nearly 3 years ago. She moved to Florida from Illinois to care for her granddaughter after her daughter and son-in-law's parental rights were terminated. While the parents deny they did anything wrong, Miller says she was one of 8 relatives ready, willing, and able to take custody, but rejected.
They did 2 home studies. and they both were approved.
According to this lawsuit, Miller's bond with her daughter was too close. So instead of family, her grandbaby was placed with a stranger. System connected, the complaint states.
You can't write off the whole family, though.
Same for this family, whose daughter won't grow up with her half-sister because DCF, against committee recommendations to keep the baby with family, instead placed her with a non-relative. Foster system connected.
She was a pretty little blonde-haired, blue-eyed baby. Of course they wanted her.
It's happening all over Florida.
So this is much bigger than these 4 families?
It's much bigger.
Octavia Brown is part of the team of attorneys behind this complaint.
This is alleging kidnapping within the system.
What else do you call it?
Brown is also an insider, a former attorney for DCF and other groups within Florida's foster care system.
If there is someone who is connected to the system and they see a child that they want, they are going to get the child.
While she believes the system overall protects children from abuse, she explains how staff who collaborate to deliberately keep a child from being placed with relatives can get away with it.
This system is so bogged down when they come in with these false stories or they come in with false allegations of caregivers having backgrounds. The judge is not going to say, oh, well, let me look at this home study. Oh, let me look at this, criminal background check.
Young parents and poor families are most vulnerable, she says.
Because those families don't have the money to fight the bogus allegations.
Today, the Williams are parents to a little boy, their older son placed with grandparents, while their only daughter remains gone, adopted 3 years ago by the same board member and his family who first took her in. In an email, the now former board member stated, "I would certainly like to speak to you regarding our daughter. I'm sure you've heard several fabulous stories which are not true." He never elaborated. His attorney wouldn't let him, telling me custody cases are by law confidential and can't be publicly discussed. In response to this lawsuit, a spokesperson from DCF told us in this email, in part, "We work to exhaust all effort to find a relative or non-relative caregiver for children removed from biological parents. Our goal is family preservation whenever possible." But the Williams and the 3 other Florida families named in this lawsuit say that's not what happened to them. Now they're hoping the justice system can do what they believe the state's child welfare system went out of its way and against the law not to.
He's a black child raised in a white household, and she's going to find out that she was stolen from an excellent family.
The system is a lie. That's just what it is.
A DCF spokesperson adds Florida is at an 18-year low when it comes to removing children from caregivers and says they have invested millions of dollars over the last 3 years to keep kids with family. As for this lawsuit, next steps, responses from these state agencies. I'm Katie LeGrone reporting.
How many
Hold on, take a look at
that
this.
happening to, right?
Hey, Spanny, they're lying. That lawyer was right on.
Mm-hmm.
They're
They
lying.
don't know.
There's many cases I've had that they don't even try kinship care. They just keep them with a foster family.
Me and Spanny helped, right? I was closer, so I helped. After Grandma got the baby, they came back and was like, well, you have to become a, what did they tell her, Spanny? She had to sign up to be a foster parent or some shit.
Yep.
And we told her, no, she did not. No, you don't.
Now Grandma has the baby, and she's very happy. She sends us pictures all the time.
Yeah, no.
She even sends us videos. He just turned 6 months old.
And they too lied on her and said that she was on the federal registry, right? So I told her to get a copy of it. They couldn't find it all of a sudden. So the judge gave Grandma custody.
Yep.
You need to send me that clip so I can use it in my presentation.
Hell yeah, I sure will right now.
And this was all Florida, but this happens all over across the country. They don't go for kinship care at all.
What is it? They don't get enough money? They don't get enough money for kinship care? Is that why?
There's no
No,
money in kinship unless
yeah,
you
'cause
sign up to be a foster parent.
yeah,
Now, here in the state of Maine, whether it's kinship or not, they're making them sign up to be foster fit. Like they got to be a licensed foster home here now in Maine. That's what they're
yeah,
doing. But that's what they're doing.
which is actually federally illegal. And the kinship care capital laws, which is also in Wicked Warriors, will flat out tell you that they're supposed to first go to every family member and see if the family members want the child before even suggesting. And I mean, that's aunt, uncles, grandparents, sisters, brothers, whatever. They need to go through all of that before they even touch a foster home.
And in Virginia, it goes a little bit deeper because I helped get the law changed. Now, if they will not place a child in kinship care, they have 15 days to go in front of the Board of Social Services and explain why. And it better not be because the family's too close. No. It has to be a legitimate reason.
Wow.
And you do not have to be licensed to take in your grandchild or your nephew or your sibling.
There must be more money for that, right? They must be getting more money for them doing that.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Because once they remove that child that day from that home, it's a $600 bonus for every child they remove.
No
Now, this foster system goes off after big families, like kids that have, or families that have 4 to 6 kids in them.
Mm-hmm.
So it adds up.
And they go after the ones that are 5 and under because they can have them adopted out in no time because the bond can be broken.
And especially special needs kids.
Oh yeah, they get more money for them.
Hi, Benny.
Hi, ladies.
But I'm not the only late one.
So I have a question for you and Tiffany Spanny. Have you ever seen a file on a child fully redacted all the way down?
It's not allowed to be. They did that because they didn't want you seeing what was going on.
They redacted this child's file completely, all blacked out, everything except her date of birth and her phone number and what she is. Everything else is black.
Did they give your lawyer that?
Yep. It's in the discovery, all blacked out like that.
So you know what you do? You tell your lawyer to go subpoena the records unredacted.
And he is challenging jurisdiction.
Good. Did you have your meeting?
Yeah, I had my meeting with him today.
Well, obviously it was a good meeting.
Yep, it very much was. And on the criminal side, I'm gonna have even more because Darren, I just want you to know that my criminal attorney did put in there that it is grounds for dismissal.
Thank you.
Good.
Freaking time. Freaking time.
He did it in his motions for section.
Very good. This shit just needs to be over with, man. I swear to God, what they've done to you is enough. You need to be getting on with your life, and the lawsuit in the state of Maine is going to pay for your life for the rest of theirs. You know, that's the way that this one's going to go.
They have both me and Lynn listed as abusers.
Wow. And they never substantiated you either, did they? They never.
Oh yeah, they did. They have us as substantiated in their file.
So what level are you? There's 3 levels.
I'm a high risk, as they put me.
Yeah. So in Maine, when you're actually substantiated, that's the highest risk that they have. That puts you up there with like like I'm the same way. I'm at the highest level. They don't level it. They just put you as a substantiated, puts you at the highest level.
So you need to get off that registry.
Yeah, how do you do that?
There's a state and a federal one. Well, the federal one, you look up the the Federal Registry. The other one you have to look. It should be in their manual. Look up their state manual, and it'll tell you about the state registry. But you got to get off both of those. It's like $10 to see if your name is on it, and then you can dispute it.
Yeah, and Darren, when they substantiate you, I found this out tonight. When they substantiate you, you're not allowed to be in any kind of school form or anything that deals with children.
You can't be around kids. You can't have anything to do with children. You can be arrested for being around children.
Yeah, that's illegal because they have no proof that you guys even like hurt those kids.
Nope.
No. But they can arrest you based on the fact that you were substantiated if you're caught around children.
Well, you have to get off these registries.
I did find out some important information, like the grounds of this person denied having a rape kit done.
Or any kind of exam.
Or any kind of exam.
Of course they did. Come on, this is getting real for her now, man. This is getting very real. Like, this is coming down to the end game. Like, the evidence is...
It's tainted all the way through.
Right, but the evidence is, like, it's getting to that point now where, like, there's no more fluff. You know, she went from being victim to... she's the actual... she's going to go to jail for this. And I hope she does.
They destroyed evidence.
Who?
The police.
Yeah, they destroyed her phone.
They destroyed the cell phone.
After they did the data shit.
Well, I guess you're going to be living in a town called Vinny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're buying me a mansion and a big old fucking lifted truck.
Yep.
Just remember, mansions you have to clean. So
I'll get a smaller maid too. I'll have me a maid or two.
Well, you look happy, so I'm assuming he's going to get your children home.
I'm hoping so. While we were there, he sent an email out challenging the jurisdiction.
Yeah, he asked about the jurisdiction.
And we could actually see that he sent it out because the screen was facing towards us.
Typing it while we were there.
So that's cool, man. So that means now everything is put on hold also.
And he's challenging the CAC video.
He's going to go through and put in the timestamps of when he notices voices outside the room and all the skips in the video that I noticed. I noticed all those fucking skips. Like it would skip either 2 minutes, or not 2 minutes, 2 seconds, or 10 to 15 seconds. Where is all that?
They redacted it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. They edited it. They redacted it. So what did your lawyer say when he got a paper or a file that was all redacted?
He's looking at all black. It's like they have everything on my two youngest, but nothing on her. It's all redacted.
If anything was in there that even mentioned her name in the other two kids' stuff, it was redacted.
But what did your lawyer say?
He said that's the way they sent him that file.
Yep.
So he needs to go subpoena an unredacted file. And he can subpoena, because I subpoenaed mine. And the judge made them give me mine unredacted.
Bring that up to him.
Yeah, I'll bring that up to him because I sent him some stuff that he didn't have, and he's going to look it over tonight, and he had some reports that weren't even in the share file.
Wow. Wow.
Well, that's good news.
It's good news, man. You might be one of the first ones that we're going to find. Hey, we see you in there in a long time that's been beat this bitch.
I might be able to, because you know what? Even the prosecutor out of the Portland DA's office is withholding evidence.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do that.
Withholding discovery.
Why would they be withholding evidence, and why are they protecting this girl so much?
I don't know, but Steven has a feeling that she may have come across a cop.
That's what I think, is that there's a cop involved in this.
But you can do a Brady request. Look up Brady versus
There
Maryland.
it is. Brady report. That's it. Thank you very much.
Brady versus Maryland.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
It's like a month-long headache.
Take these to Papa. Papa, he needs a diaper change.
Yep.
Brady versus Maryland. They cannot withhold evidence against you.
Yep. That was big in Maine too.
And then you need to find out if any of those police officers in your case are on what's called a Brady list.
How do I find that out?
Ask your lawyer to do a Brady list on the police officers involved. He knows. Just say, tell him you want him to do a Brady list. What that means is the prosecutors will not call certain police officers because they're shady. So they're put on a list.
The Brady Doctrine, which requires prosecutors to disclose all exculpatory evidence to a defendant in a criminal case.
Told ya.
That the prosecution's failure to disclose evidence violates due process, regardless of the prosecution's good faith.
Can you send me that shit? Or send it to Steven? Yeah, just send it to me and I'll send it to Steven.
He should know Brady versus Maryland.
I'm just going to share you this page right at the top.
It is mean, Tiff. It is mean.
Yeah.
You should send it in chat. That way other people can get it too.
And I had somebody try and tell me that the Brady versus Maryland was only criminal. I said, absolutely not. If you're accusing me of a crime or you're accusing me of something, I'm doing a Brady request and you need to send me all your evidence. And Darren, I wanted to tell you this too. Look up Clarence Thomas's view on the Fifth Amendment. He said, absolutely, you can take the Fifth in a civil case because it only takes a second to turn a civil case into a criminal case.
Somebody driving.
Now, Spanny, could you take something like that and go back, since they found me guilty of that, because of that, and use that in a 60?
Yes.
So Spanny, she's gonna get with Lynn's gonna get with you. She's gonna get the information all together. She was hoping to do it tonight, but we got back later than we expected because I didn't get out of there until after 6 o'clock.
Well, Spanny just came on anyway.
Yeah. So one of the meds that I have to take knocks me out, so I try not to take it during the morning. But my I was having a flare up, so I took it this morning, and well, I just woke up like 3:45.
Must be nice.
Where's that? I want to read to you guys a little bit what he put in this sanction.
Yeah. I got something weird called ocular rosacea. So it's not just regular rosacea, it's rosacea in the eyes.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah. And it causes itchiness, redness. You feel like there's something constantly in your eyes and you want to pull at it. It's really annoying.
Eye drops won't help that?
Nope. It's not a dry eye thing. My eyes constantly water.
Oh, wow.
So you'll see me like rubbing my eyes sometimes or trying to wipe away the tears, and it's just like, I'm not crying, it's just the ocular rosacea. But I think that the temperature dropped here really suddenly. So it was -3 last night.
Oh.
So, rosacea, you're not supposed to be in extreme cold, extreme heat. You're not supposed to be in the sun a lot. Now, add that to fibromyalgia, and fibromyalgia, you're supposed to be in the sun because it helps.
You're in a catch-22.
Yeah, I'd love to be in the sun.
Yeah.
Did you find it, Jamie?
With the ocular rosacea, you also get major light sensitivity.
Yeah, I'm trying to open the folder that you kind of overdid.
I overdid the folder that I put everything when I hooked the thing back on.
I only go around twice, and I think you went around 500 times.
Yeah. But the ocular rosacea also comes with light sensitivity, so can't be in like really bright areas. Yeah, it's a fun contradiction.
Good God.
Yeah, because fibromyalgia, you're supposed to be in the light because it helps, and then the ocular rosacea, you're supposed to stay out of the light because it hurts your eyes. On top of that, I'm still healing from surgery, so it's just like I'm waiting for Stormy and Mary. They're gonna jump in because they wanted to ask me some stuff. My West Virginia crew. Oh, hey.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I threw it back in here.
I gotta grab the link from YouTube. Hold on.
Oh, right there. All right. He put he was arraigned on April 19, 2024, where bail was set. The indictment was brought following allegations made by complainant. Witness that she had been blank abused by Mr. Tory over a several-year span. On October 10, 2023, the complainant witness and aunt provided a printout of 1,000 pages of Facebook messages to the Maine State Police detective. The messages purports to be between Mr. Tory and the complainant witness. On October 19, 2023, the complainant witness consented for her cell phone to be searched and gave it to the detective. On December 15, 2023, Maine State Police Detective Martin Royal received a cell phone retrieval data from it. Detective Lane was subpoenaed Facebook from data related to Mr. Tory's allegations Facebook account. Detective Lane received and reviewed the data on January 17, 2024. A subpoena Facebook for complainant witnesses profile data, which she received on April 16, 2024. On May 7th, the 2024 detective reviewed the data and complainant witness cell phone again and found other potential witnesses that may be referenced that these allegations. Sections these messages off a separate zip folder. Undersigned counsel sent an initial discovery request on April 26, 2024. On August 12, 2024, undersigned counsel sent an email to state requesting missing discovery, including the data from Mr. Tory's alleged Facebook profile, the complainant witness Facebook profile, and the data from the complaint witness cell phone. The state responded that it would reach out to Detective Lane regarding these items as well as other missing pieces of discovery. The state noted that the complainant witness cell phone contained unrelated contraband images and could not provide it to undersigned counsel. The parties attended court on August 20th, 2024 for a disposition conference. The conference was continued due to outstanding discovery items. The parties are again scheduled to dispo conference on November 19, 2024. On November 14, 2024, undersigned counsel again requested a missing discovery. On November 18, 2024, the state responded that now the Facebook data is in additional to cell phone data contain contraband materials that could not be turned over. As of writ, the state has failed to provide the data returned for Mr. Tory's alleged Facebook account. The data from complaining witness Facebook account and the data from the complainant's cell phone. Arguments. The state has obligations to automatically provide certain discovery pursuant to MRU Criminal P16A1. Emphasizes added, upon request, the state must provide evidence that is material to relevant of the perpetrators of defendant. MRU crime P16C1. If the state does not comply with discovery obligations, the court has a variety of ways in which they may sanction the state, including suppression of exclusion of evidence and even dismissal. MRU crime P16E. See State versus Redden Henson, 2019. Main 58, 19207A, 3D191. Upholding a dismissal sanction where the state approaches the discovery was sliphood. Here the state has clearly obligations under it. Automatically providing the Facebook data returned from Detective Lane's search warrant and the data from cell phone. All of the discovery was in the state's possession prior to April 19, 2024, when Mr. Tory was arraigned and indicted. It should have been turned over immediately. Now, 7 months later, the state has failed to provide automatic discovery evidence. Further, it is discovered is not seen as automatic discovery. It is certainly material and relevant to the preparation of the defense, and it is alleged communications between Mr. Tory and the complainant witness, which undersigned counsel requested in the initial discovery request on April 12, 2024. Finally, the state may argue that contents of the complainant witness cell phone contains contraband and now the Facebook data and cannot be distributed. A review of unavailable discovery, including reports written by Detective Lane and Royal, makes no mention of undercovering any contraband that would require the need to withhold the cell phone content. And such a report exists. It has been provided in another discovery violation. Sanctions. The produced to Mr. Tory is significant. The Facebook and cell phone data are key and significant pieces of discovery. The state failure to provide clear discovery materials after 7 months has hindered and delayed Mr. Tory's ability to build his defense. The data on the complainant witness cell phone and with her Facebook data will likely reveal other potential witnesses and motives. This data will also likely be voluminous and could require experts to review. Further, Mr. Tory has been subject to extreme restrictions, bail conditions since April 2024. He has been under house arrest and restricted from having contact with minor children under 16. The August 20 DISPO conference was continued and the state could provide the missing discovery. Now, 3 months after the conference and 7 months after Mr. Tory's arraignment, the state has failed to turn over the required discovery. Mr. Tory's extreme reactive bail conditions will now continue unnecessary because the state has failed to provide the discovery. A proposed exclusion from trial of Facebook and cell phone content, striking the House and bail conditions, and allowing Mr. Tory to have contact with his biological children supervised by the department. This is a proposed sanction because it puts the state on notice that he needs to provide voluminous and significant discovery at the ruling required. Further, the state throughout the discovery failure is unnecessary, contradicting subjects Mr. Tory to a very restrictive bail condition throughout no fault of his own, artificially extending the life of this case. And that's what he put.
Well, that's good. So let's see what happens. You got court tomorrow?
All right. I know this. I know the little man needs to get to bed. So we'll be back in time, same place, same game tomorrow night, guys. Don't forget to check us at the 9 o'clock show. We'll be there. Anything else you want to say, Tiff?
Nope. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Benny.
Good night.
The stories of our families once told by the ones on front of the fire growing old, sharing light on the greatness they created. Everyone listening to every word, no hesitation. The pride you learned of the name you had, it taught you that you were something, never feel bad. You knew the trials and tribulations it took to make you. Your aunt, your uncle, you always knew who was who. Who was who. CPS, when they take the kids away, erase the heritage of the children they have gotten pay. These children don't know where they begin. They sure know the outcome, the end. CPS, you're destroying the family. You think you're making things better. These kids don't know who they are. They will never. In a blink of an eye, you eliminate what's theirs to cherish. There is no imminent danger great enough to annihilate the name of a family and those that it consummate. How dare you take away such an honor for you to get a bonus and arise so much drama. Our kids, their lives erased away. Never will they know who paved the way. They are left empty to never hear the story, who their grandparent were, the sad times and the glory. CPS, walk away. CPS, not today. Please, we beg you, leave the kids alone. God bless you. How do you think you are, helping things out? You're causing more pain and agony, without a doubt. Why do you want to be the eraser of a family past given by the Creator? CPS, why do you play the role of God while so many families are truly breaking the law, inflicting harm throughout the night? The children are scared to turn out their lights. So go away, don't ever come back. Go away, I want my parents, that's that. I don't belong in a stranger's bed, thinking all night, memories in my head of the only love I once had. It was from my mom and dad. Now I lay alone, listening to strangers fight, never hearing the words I love you, good night. So good job, CPS, you really helped me. Now I'm scared, I'm alone, I don't know who I am. I've been cast away. If I'm lost, no one knows. There is no family to find me. CPS took that away, it's all behind me. When I go to bed every night, I close my eye tight. And through the tears I see my mom and dad, wishing they were here. I am so sad. You ruined my life, who gave you that right? My family loved me, they all said goodnight. Now I'm truly alone, nothing to be happy about, no place to call home. All I know is the time of day. CPS, just go away.